Welcome back to Dream Builders. I'm Scott Morgan. This home in Fort Washington, Maryland was redesigned so the owners could take better advantage of the river views. Enjoying the natural surroundings was also important to our next homeowner, but she chose a setting among the redwoods of Northern California.
For owner Ann Pearson, the building of this storybook home in Eureka, California was a bit of a homecoming.
As a child, I would come out and pick berries, and we'd walk around the lake, and I just loved it. And then the opportunity came when I could build out here, and there was no question.
Ann hired architect Jim Growling to manage the build. She was attracted to his reputation as an environmentally conscious contractor. He was impressed by her background in design.
She sees detail, she loves detail, and so that was a good challenge to be up to her specifications and what she saw.
The house is set on a large pond on 11 acres of redwood rainforest. The natural beauty of the site also makes it a challenge to build on.
When it rains, you can have standing water in these forests all over the place.
Jim's solution would be to create a drain blanket to keep water away from the house. Workers dug deep trenches and then filled the trenches with gravel. The concrete foundation was then poured on top of the gravel. The outside of the home is in the Gothic style, which includes a sharp slate roof colored with a copper tone. The exterior walls are finished with textured stucco. The shingles are made of recycled redwood, collected from local beaches.
They can cut bolts, which are good sections of clear wood, out of these logs off the beach, and makes fine-grade shingles still.
Jim and Ann also wanted the home to have some elements of surprise. From that, the idea of the sunroom with a glass roof was born.
She really wanted a place to sit in the sun in the morning. That was a key.
The sunroom is made with a steel frame. The glass walls and roof are glazed and sealed with silicone. Copper was added to the interior for warmth.
And it just finished it in a way that planning in advance, it would never have happened.
Another interesting material is corten, made of carbon steel with a high copper content, and used on the roof, rain gutters, and base trim.
It takes one or two rusts, and then it kind of sets itself, and it always looks like old iron.
The attention to detail continues inside the house. A beautiful Brazilian cherrywood staircase dominates the entry hall. Stained glass roses are set into the balusters. The living room has two large windows, with one facing the pond to catch the late afternoon sun. Ann, an artist and musician, loves to play the piano here. And throughout the interior are doors crafted of centuries-old California redwood.
Her father had collected these really wonderful pieces of curly redwood, big slabs. They'd been stored a long time. So we sawed those up and made all of the center panels for the door, just one single piece of wood floating in the center of these doors.
To the left of the front entry is Ann's glass-enclosed office, which flows easily into the dining room and open kitchen area. The entire house is heated with radiant heat, and the floors throughout are either bamboo or acid-washed concrete.
You have these specific colors you're going for, but as you apply these colors, they tend to take on the color that they're going to be. So it's always a little scary at that point. It's a challenge.
On the second floor, there's a spacious art studio with enormous recycled redwood beams set in the ceiling. Down the hall is what Ann calls the retreat room. It's decorated with soft colors and lots of pillows for comfort and meditation. Both rooms have large arched windows overlooking the grounds. All the frames and jambs are made of Brazilian cherrywood. The master bedroom, with its beautiful views of the pond, has new and old-world touches, such as a sleeping porch.
I imagined initially as just an open porch. And then with our weather, you need some cover. And the solution was to come up with a room where you can open the windows totally wide open and have that air and sleep there at night on a balmy evening. And yet during the winter when it's really cold, you can sit and look at the lake and read.
Ann and Jim spent 2 years designing and building this special house. Both of them feel it's not just about the look and materials, but about the artisans who put their signatures on the project.
the spirit that goes in a house, both with the crew and the owner and the people who work on it. That's the key, I think, to a great house.
For me, it was absolute joy. I love the process. I love understanding how things work, how they get created. I love a challenge. I love being in the middle of it. So it was joy.